So in this video, I talk about DJI Osmo Pocket and why I enjoy this even though a new one's coming out. 1 year after I bought this for many reasons actually. I got this because it's small so I could just hide and just sort of walk around without anyone really knowing I'm taking videos. That sounds really creepy. I didn't really get it for the fact that it did 4K 60 frames per second, but now that I have it, I actually think that's one of the biggest benefits of it. The other thing that I got it for actually is in the videos beforehand, they showed a lot of time lapses that they were creating, and I was not able to really create time lapses before, so I thought the time lapses looked really cool, so I actually bought this with the idea that I was going to use it to do time lapses as well as inconspicuous videos. What I'm doing in this video is telling you what it's become. I had a Sony RX105 and this was my secondary camera when I bought it. This has become sort of like a 1A with the Sony. The Sony is my camera that I use to film, but this camera actually is tied for my 1A, 1B. It's more almost like my primary camera with the Sony because of the ability to film in 4K 60 frames per second. And the Sony has that same ability, but what I like to use the Sony for is for close range footage because it has a better macro lens. This one does not necessarily do detail when you go super close, but what it does really well is distance shots. So shots of fields, shots of buildings, shots of just landscapes. It looks really nice actually. I mean, most of my videos that you see are actually filmed on this, which is amazing coming from something this small. I've seen the reviews for the DJI Osmo Pocket II, and they have everything that the original should have had. So how the original does not have a mount at the bottom to stand up, it has the ability to scroll wheel, which one this one does not. Everything that this one needed, the new one has. But this one's still good. I mean, if you have this one, you do not need to buy the DJI Osmo Pocket II. There's literally no reason to. You can also buy which I have, it just hasn't arrived yet. You can also buy the attachment that goes right here, and it'll give you the option to do the scroll wheel, and I think that would be pretty nifty if you have the original. So do suggest you get that, even though I haven't even received it, but I do see that it has some real nice real world applications because you don't want to be moving around too much. It gives you more cinematic ability. About 1 year ago, I went to Florida to visit my friends, and the only camera that I used was this, the DJI Osmo Pocket. Check out some of these short videos that I did when I was visiting my friend down in Tampa, Florida. All of them were done with the DJI Osmo Pocket, and all of them were color graded with simple LUTs. And you will see what exactly you can produce with something so small and so simple. As you saw there, that was Orlando, Florida. You see what the capabilities that this camera has in nighttime, which is not terrible, it's not the greatest, but it's usable. as you saw here. And the next video is what you can see in a semi-low light sunset type of video. You'll see the capabilities of the DJI Osmo Pocket. Those two videos are great examples of what the DJI Osmo Pocket can do. It's still a great camera even a year after I bought it, and I still use it as a primary camera, which is surprising considering the fact that I didn't buy it as such. If you're in the market for a DJI Osmo Pocket, or I guess the DJI Osmo Pocket II, which I do not have, but if you're in the market, I highly recommend you get this camera because it would become something that you can use for B-roll, but it can also become your semi-main camera. I will say, final note, the sound is not the greatest, so do not expect to be using your sound if you're going to be filming with this. Use this for visuals and items that don't necessarily need you to talk into it because the sound is not up to par and there's no ability to put a microphone on this one. I think the DJI Osmo Pocket II does have the ability to have a microphone, so for that it makes it a better buy. So if you don't have this one already, get the 2. But if you already have this one, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, but you do know, hopefully, that this camera is a good camera. That's all I have to say today about that. If you guys like this video, I will make more camera reviews. Just let me know in the comments below. I'm just trying to figure out how to use my footage more. Alright, see you guys in the next one. Peace.